Hello my friends. My name is Bot Mathematician, and this is Holomancer.
We are very happy to see you all again.
Today we decided to talk about the shortcomings of the new adventure.
We will give you the answer to a very important question: is it worth buying Tombs of Terror? Also, we invite you to take part in a marketing experiment.
Unusual conclusions await you. Stay with us until the end of the video.
Let's briefly recall the story of the appearance of solo mode. After the release of the game in 2014, the first add-on we received was Curse of Naxxramas. It was a solo adventure with 15 bosses and 5 chapters. For victory over each boss, the player received several completely new cards for their collection.
In other words, the players received, not just an adventure, but also a small new set with 30 cards, 6 of which were legendary. In addition, the mode had class challenges, and a heroic mode.
It was an incredibly good offer for players. In total, you needed to spend $20 or 2,800 gold for a collection of very useful cards. In addition, you had enough free resources between add-ons to buy extra packs. Adventures and new sets were released in turn. During this time, the adventures became a little more interesting, but there were no dramatic changes.
Then everything changed with the first add-on of 2017. The developers abandoned their usual concept for an adventure. Now we get 3 sets a year.
Why did they abandon this strategy?
We think there were several reasons for this. The first is that the developers wanted to add more cards, and make the game more diverse. Also, the management of Blizzard wanted more money. 3 sets a year require much more investment from the player.
Time to pay!
At the end of that year, we were shown Dungeon Run. This new solo mode was given to us absolutely free after the release of Kobolds and Catacombs.
In 2018, after each new set of cards we received a free adventure. Then everything changed again after the release of Rise of Shadows in 2019.
The developers said to prepare golden money for the evolution of the mode.
Okay, no problem. But what exactly did we get? Now we can access not 1 dungeon, but 5. In general, they are not much different from one another. We also have the opportunity to choose a starting deck, choose from a variety of hero powers, and have the ability to replace, gain, delete some cards in the bartender's menu.
And what's new in Tombs of Terror?
In general, everything is the same as the Dalaran heist. There are 4 chapters, each with a final boss with a large amount of health. Defeating all of the chapters unlocks the final of the adventures.
Each of the explorers are dual-class heroes with cards from both classes in their decks. Also, we get 24 new signature treasures, 6 per hero, that you unlock as you play, with powerful deck-defining abilities.
What rewards will we receive for the purchase?
This is a great question. Thanks. In general, players will receive 3 packs for completing the first free chapter. Then you will need to spend 2,800 gold or $15 for the remaining 4 chapters. For this cost, players will receive 12 Saviors of Uldum packs, and 1 golden pack.
If you pre-order for $20, you will additionally receive 1 random Saviors of Uldum legendary card and a special card back.
Is it profitable to buy an adventure for gold?
It's a difficult question. Let's try to make the calculations. 2 months after the release of the expansion, you already have almost all the cards that you need, most, some found in packs, some you crafted from dust.
On average, players have managed to open 70 packs since the release of the new set. Let's try to determine your benefit from the adventure packs. In the best case, you have a chance to get 2 new useful common cards that are used in the meta game, 2 useful rare cards, perhaps 1 new useful epic card, as well as a 60% chance of getting a legendary card. If you get rid of the rest of the cards, you get an average of 850 dust. The golden pack will bring a high probability of 4 common cards and 1 rare card. This is another 300 dust.
In addition, you will not be able to open your packs immediately. You will be forced to do this gradually over the course of a month.
If you buy 28 packs of Saviors of Uldum in the store for the same price, you can get 4 new useful common cards, 6 rare cards, maybe 3 new useful epic cards, 1 legendary card, and about 40% chance to get a second legendary card. If you get rid of the rest of the cards, you get an average of 1750 dust.
Thus, you will get much more benefits if you buy packs instead of the adventure. If you've opened less than 70 packs, Since the release of the new expansion, your benefit will be even greater, but you can get the maximum benefit only if you save gold for the next expansion.
The cost of Tombs of Terror is definitely too high for free to play players. You should understand that starting from the Year of the Dragon, adventures are available only to players who are willing to pay money. Formally, you have a choice, and you can buy an adventure for gold, but in fact you have no choice.
If you are a rational player, the best solution is not to buy an adventure, but to buy packs, or save gold for the next expansion.
Otherwise, you will find yourself in a very unpleasant situation, as you will open too few packs, which will limit your ability in play mode. Subsequently, you will be very angry and write toxic comments about the game and developers. In the worst case, you may go crazy and go to live in Hagatha's swamp.
In other words, you should choose what you like most. Play mode or solo adventure. Unfortunately, developers can't tell this to you directly, because this violates all marketing principles.
By the way, according to the results of our survey, 88% of players consider play mode to be more important. In addition, 30% of players have already decided to abandon the purchase of a new adventure.
What you say is just sad. Most players have had their opportunity to play in solo mode taken away. Do you think this is fair?
Our answer will surprise you very much. Players did not lose the opportunity to play in solo mode. All players will receive the first chapter for free and free packs.
If you look at this situation without emotions, you will understand that you will get more than before. You will have access to one dungeon, which has become a little better and more diverse than before, as well as a nice reward. The only drawback is that you cannot use all the characters for the game.
We believe that the company has made the right decision. Solo mode definitely needs changes.
And we believe that they should be more radical. We know that now a separate group of developers is working on solo mode development, and this is happening with the support of players who are willing to pay money for the adventure.
Let's not fool ourselves. Large game studios don't want to invest in the development of game modes that will not be profitable.
Your arguments are very convincing. Many players are willing to support developers, but they are not ready to spend so much money. Do you really think the price of $60 per year is fair for adventures?
Oh, another tricky question from you. On the one hand, packs are expensive, and the rewards you receive partially justify this cost.
But on the other hand, if we look at other games, this price is incredibly ridiculous.
Time to pay!
What do you mean?
Let us tell you about a game which struck us. At the end of 2018, the CD Projekt Red team released their first solo adventure for the Gwent collectible card game. Thronebreaker: The Witcher Tales came out as a full game. Your game hero is Queen Meve, which leads its forces across her war-torn kingdom. Your army is represented by a customizable deck of cards, and combat takes place in matches similar to Gwent.
The game world consists of 5 regions. These maps are full of loot to collect, secrets to find, side quests to complete, puzzles, and even buried treasure.
You have to solve political problems and find new allies who will fall into your deck in the form of hero cards. Maintaining alliances is crucial to the gameplay. The hero cards can leave your deck, it will depend on the decisions that you will make as you progress through the plot.
In general, you get the game with 30-hour-long campaign, an interesting gameplay, and an incredibly fascinating story.
But the most important thing is the cost. While we were preparing this video, we found that this game costs only $7. What can you get for $7 in Hearthstone? For the same price you can buy only one chapter of an adventure.
What is stopping Blizzard from doing something like this?
Many players are sure that the main problem of the game is the laziness of the developers and the greed of Activision. We think differently. First of all, large-scale changes of the solo mode are not insisted upon by the players.
There is no fierce competition among collectible card games, and we don't have any other bright and popular competitors. For this reason, we have rather small requests. We just have nothing to compare the game to.
In addition, many players are very pleased with the dungeon run mode. The results of our survey confirm this.
The company definitely knows about it thanks to market research. Why take a risk and spend a lot of time and resources to create a revolution in the solo mode if you can sell something more simple that sells just as well?
Don't get us wrong, we like dungeon runs. We are grateful to the developers for their work and development of the format. We believe that Tombs of Terror will be the funnest and most interesting adventure in Hearthstone history.
But after the 5-year history of the game, we want to see significant progress. In addition, for this cost we get too little content.
Dear viewers, let's try together to determine if significant changes are needed in solo mode.
We invite you to take part in the experiment. Let's do our marketing research of the community.
All you need to do is take part in YouTube poll.
So, are you ready to pay $30 annually for a great 3-part solo adventure with great storyline, interesting gameplay, and an extra dungeon run mode that we all love? Are you ready to support the true creativity and experiments of the developers?
Find the button on the screen and vote. Please be frank.
According to our data, which we get from your votes, if 90% of the players are ready to pay the cost for a real revolution of the solo mode, this will bring the studio more profit than now and it will be a truly justified decision.
Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for being with us.
And special thanks to Chris for text editing.
We will meet in new videos.
Good luck.